What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another live Junkyard Breaks with the boys.
I like the Cookie Monster Junkyard Breaks Chris just gave.
I gotta get my headphones, otherwise my wife will yell at me. Where are they?
You better, you better do that soon.
You better done do it.
You best have done that 10 minutes ago. Oh
Christopher,
crap!
how's the delivery business?
Oh, it's there and thriving.
Thriving. The Brown Company's doing big numbers this season, this holiday season.
Actually, it's kind of been down a little.
Really?
Yeah, it hasn't been as crazy this year.
Well,
I mean, it's still.
You're here.
That's
so
that's
it
because
can't
Jeff Bezos pretty much told everybody to not buy anything this year.
and everybody just do whatever Jeff Bezos says.
Well, I mean, the guy who's the owner of the biggest retailer in the world says don't buy stuff. That's people might listen.
Speaking of,
I don't know if they're listening all the way.
I don't have a Prime account because I'm a Prime hater, or I'm an Amazon hater. And then
why are you an Amazon hater?
Because they put small businesses out of business. They're bad for small business.
Are you a Walmart hater as well?
I don't know, man.
You don't know?
Yeah. Duh.
Convenience is why we have like no middle class in America. If that's what you're talking about.
In the immortal words of Jello Biafra, give me convenience or give me death.
I love my Amazon Prime account. I like stuff tomorrow.
So, anywho, I don't have freaking Prime, and of course, what they do is they really put you on the back burner if you don't have Prime. So I tried to order some things for Loose and Griff tonight, and they're giving me a date of December 28th when they probably have them in the freaking warehouse in Harrisburg or the warehouse in Allentown, or so many one-day options to get to me from where this stuff is located.
If only you had Amazon Prime.
No, the problem is those a-holes, they deprioritize stuff to ship it because the U.S. Postal Service would get it to me in one day. It's not. It's them deprioritizing things, not the post office being unable to get it to me.
Yeah, I have one of Nick's gifts that actually there's been a few things that I bought from Amazon that it says it's being delivered. There is not only tracking, but it says it got picked up by the shipper. And when I do follow up, it says, yeah, they never shipped it. They just printed a label and nobody ever even touched it.
Are they they're not being fulfilled by Amazon?
They just ignore it until somebody complains and then you get your money back. But otherwise, you have to complain to get your money back.
Yeah. So it's a necessary evil for this Christmas. But I'm gonna have to like contact the kid's mom to have her. I'll have to Venmo her the money so she can order it in Prime so I actually get it in time.
I'm so Amazon brainwashed that what I was looking for wasn't available, and I was like, "Well, what am I going to do? What am I going to do?" And then I was like, Best Buy. Oh, Best Buy. There it is.
one of the
right
several
there.
hundred other options.
Yeah,
that I could use to buy the same thing.
It was just funny how like my first line of like thought was, "I'm screwed. I'm screwed now."
Yeah,
I'm done for. Anyway, sorry. I'm soapboxing my anti-Amazon rant. It's hard to grow up as a small business in the family with small business and not see it as getting sold down the river.
Sold down the river.
Anyway,
what's up?
What's up?
What's a pickup?
I got nothing. Just a couple things on. Well, obviously that stuff that I got from the toy show.
Sure.
We should relive that story.
Yeah, you can recap that.
I got a box that I didn't get to open.
I also got maybe 20 CGC's boxes over here that they're not. None of it's mine, but we can look at it if you want. It's Will's and Fernando from Meadowlands Flea Market. So I got a bunch of their stuff. I think I'm gonna meet them Sunday morning for breakfast, and I'm gonna give them all their stuff.
Do they already know their grades?
They do not. They know.
Oh,
not,
interesting.
they knew not their grades.
They know nothing.
Are they on? Are they on to watch to see their grades?
No, no. And CGL reached
Jerks.
out to me. He's like, "Where's my Jungle Action? Has it shipped yet?" And I was like, "You silly goose." I was like, "That's what you get for not fast tracking." I was like, it's 200 days. You're not going to see that until end of summer next year."
No, like he'll be lucky if he sees it. I mean, that's 200 business days, right? There's only
Is it 200 business days?
yeah, it's 200 business days.
Oh, poor CGL.
Yeah, it's
And
gonna be a while.
there's 104 weekend days in a year, so that means you only got 250 total calendar days, business days in a year, or 260, whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did everybody think about the Spider-Verse trailer?
I did not watch it.
No?
I am under the. I have the belief where you already hook, line, and sunk me. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, that's true. I get that.
I don't need to see a trailer to be spoiled on stuff.
Yeah,
I just want
I
to
get
go
that.
into it and see it. So somebody sent it to me, and I instantly was like, "It's a trailer." Click. So
It did honestly. It did not reveal anything.
Yeah, I
I'm
thought it was.
still not gonna watch it.
I love me some Into the Spider-Verse, so it just gets me a little more hyped.
I used to be intensely against spoilers, but now because a trailer dropping hinges so much on spec that I have to like pay attention to get ahead of everything. I was
Did
right
you
on I
guys-
was right on a couple things, but none of my Edge of the Spider-Verse books characters were in anything.
What, you mean the new ones? Yeah, that might be a little soon, right? For those particular
Uh,
characters.
Maybe, but
I mean,
maybe not.
No.
All that stuff is pre-planned.
yeah, but they would have been they'd have been already animating this movie before those issues even.
That's
Were
true.
published.
That is a good point.
So yeah, they it's gonna be hard. I loved the trailer. Obviously saw some of the updates. This is happening in real time. Jimmy is trying to call my phone. Stay tuned, gentlemen. Let me mute my.
Doesn't Jimmy know?
He knows. He knows.
Rude.
So anyway, yeah, I figured I didn't get a chance to open any of that stuff, so I'll just show it off now. Well,
Definitely.
whenever I know what it is, but I got some George Perez Wonder Woman.
Oh, nice. From
Yeah.
Whatnot?
Yeah.
Nice. You've been doing well
Got
with
it.
that, huh?
Yeah, since I've been kind of trying to acquire like the Volume 2 stuff, I got a bunch of George Perez from one seller, and then I got a bunch of George Perez and Boland
Yeah.
covers, like
That's-
stuff.
Yeah, cool.
It's great. So like everything looks like it's in pretty good shape too, like from what I saw and from what they said. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, those bowling covers are incredible.
Yeah, they're really
Yeah.
good. So
And
what was that all about?
Yeah.
He's gonna try and join us from his phone from work.
Oh, nice.
We'll be watching T-shirts getting printed, I suppose.
Okay.
If it doesn't work, he's just going to call you again and have you put him on speaker. He
Did,
can join us that way.
Did everybody see this Henry Cavill post?
No, I mean Jim's our news guy, so
I have just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and it's sad news, everyone. I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. After being told by the studio to announce my return back in October prior to the hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. The changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes. For those who have been by my side through the years, we can mourn for a bit, but then we must remember Superman is still around, everything he stands for still exists, and the examples he sets for us are still there. My turn to wear the cape has passed, but what Superman stands for never will. And it's been a fun ride with you all onwards and upwards. Well, that sucks for The Witcher, which she kind of passed off to Hemsworth.
What? He passed on The Witcher?
Yeah, he pulled out of The Witcher and passed it off to Liam Hemsworth.
Liam Hemsworth?
Because of this. And now it's not happening. Now he's out of both.
Liam Hemsworth, the Hemsworth that was in the Hunger Games?
Mm-hmm.
He's got a sissy boy frame. He can't be the Witcher.
He can't be the Witcher?
I mean, he can be the Witcher, and obviously he can play whomever he dang well wants. But,
that's true.
Does he look like the Witcher? You know, is he going to give the same kind of Witcher vibes?
Henry Cavill never really looked like the Witcher, but
Henry Cavill had a little Conan action going on, like being that jacked, you know. So
yeah, I would say when I think of the Witcher, more of a slender fellow. But I'm happy.
Are you thinking about Dapper Dan Man or the Witcher?
The Dapper Dan Man.
Dapper Dan Man.
Mama says he's bona fide.
I want Dapper Dan. I don't want Fop.
Alan Tudyk's going to be the Witcher. What happened?
Yeah. That
it
sucks,
quickly went
man. That really sucks. So not only is he out for Super, they're really pulling away from the Snyderverse. We might be not seeing Gal Gadot. Yeah, but do you want to not see Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman?
No, she's like the only one I still want to see.
Like I'm fine with Momoa going to Lobo and Ezra Miller.
I'm more than fine.
Yeah.
With Momoa going to Lobo, I think that's a character that better suits him anyhow.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't want to see whatever. I don't want to see Gal Gadot from Wonder Woman 1984 version. I mean,
well, that wasn't her fault.
No, that's true. But she was the star. She was in the film, it was bad.
She was in the film. Yeah. It was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah. The writing was really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it made the last season of Game of Thrones writing look like it was really well executed.
And that's really hard to do.
Saying something.
That's yeah.
Hey, how about we shoot this arrow at this dragon? Can it go around a mountain? Sure it can.
Sure can.
That'll just go right around that.
It's a magic arrow.
In flight.
Yeah. Piss poor.
I was reminded when I getting back to the Spider-Verse trailer, I was reminded of basically that collection the submission that we got earlier this year when every single one of my books came back a 9.6.
Mm-hmm.
So first Spidey 2099, second Spider-Gwen 9.6.
Yeah.
This one is a 9.8, but it doesn't really have any. But this is the one. I'll have to look at this really careful because this Delato, that first Spider-Punk.
Yeah.
I just don't see any issues with this book, and the difference between this and a 9.6 and a 9.8 is enormous.
Look at the notes. Did you see the grader notes?
I did not look at the grader notes. I'll have to check them out.
The grader? The grader was having a bad day.
Does it have it doesn't have the QR code on there?
No.
So this is pre.
You know what the interesting thing is? This actually doesn't even say about first Spider-Punk, even though.
Is that the first Spider-Punk?
Yeah, this is Amazing Spider-Man 10. So this is the Delato 1 in 25 variant. Yeah, but it doesn't say it on the label. So this is really just me.
Curious.
This is really just me stalling because I don't have anything on the Hot 10 this week. So
yeah.
I didn't even get a chance to look to see if
Christopher, you got a book, I think.
Yeah, baby. I'm on a roll.
I gotta look. I think
on a hot buttered roll.
I was divided.
I think you're batting like 500 tonight.
Me?
This week. Yeah.
Let's see.
If I was batting 500, then we'd have a serious problem. You guys be slacking.
I think, Christopher, you have You own a Star Wars 1, right?
I have 8.
I own several.
There you go. You have 8 of them?
I have 8, and one of them's pretty easy to identify. I don't have that wizard one.
Great googly mooglies.
Yeah, I don't know if I have that claw. I can look right now if I have that claw book.
What is rattling? Why is that happening?
Something's rattling.
When you're talking, something is rattling.
Me?
Yeah, it must be in my headphones.
Do I sound? Is my audio bad?
No. I think it's my gain on the monitor.
Because I have
Do you-
had it. I have had
Yeah, it's
audio
weird.
issues where I have to like reboot it.
Yeah,
Are
you're
you
coming in. You're
suffering
coming in
from
hot on my
bronchial
end,
issues?
but
Let me.
I don't think it's you though. I think it's me.
Dolph, are you suffering from bronchial issues? Do you have a rattle?
Let's
Is there
see.
a rattle in
Let's
your-
see. There's nobody. It's talking in the chat to tell me if my audio is messed up.
No, your audio. It sounds fine, but it's peaking on my
Yeah,
my interface.
Am I too close?
No, I don't think so. Because you're clear. It's just like this little hint of fuzz after the fact. I'm like, what is that?
Hmm.
It's
just like this little
After fuzz.
Oh, that's me.
That's you. Maybe you're. Yeah. Let's see. Fantastic. Do I have the claw book? 53. I do not have that book.
Ooh,
Bum, 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 bum.
That's it.
you're fired.
Yeah. Chris, I don't know if I did tell you. I have everything in CLZ.
CLZ, yeah.
Everything's in there now.
How nice is it to be able to just look and be like, "Yep, got that. Yep, need that."
It's nice also to just have a clear idea of the ups and downs of the value of my collection too. Like I can get a daily peaks and valleys. It's
Oh yeah, you just update that value.
Mhm.
Like, how did this go down?
Yeah.
Oh, this went up.
There's been a few of them. They go from like $300 to 0, and then it'll like
It's
pop
insane.
back on the next day. It does some weird things. I still love it though. I freaking love it.
No, it's fun. It's cool to be able to check.
Yeah.
Christopher, do you have your entire collection catalog?
I have almost my entire collection catalog. The only thing that I was sorting all of the Star Wars again because I have obtained so much more.
Yeah.
So I only have maybe a fraction, maybe an eighth of the Star Wars. Everything else is catalog though. But for the most part, it's for me to look for Star Wars. I just buy it.
It's funny for Star Wars. The barcode scanner needs a dim room.
It's
You
yeah,
need to lower the lights for the scanner to work on Star Wars books for some reason.
Really?
It's really annoying.
especially
That is-
the Dark
that
Horse
is-
ones.
Especially
Bizarre.
the Dark Horse ones. I don't know
Yeah.
if they're like their bars are too close together or whatever, but it has difficulty reading them.
I don't have a problem with the from 2015 Marvel and on. It's everything before that. That's
Yep.
like the Volume 1 Marvel and all of the Dark Horse stuff. It's and any of the IDW is not too bad.
Damn, my collection went down $646.
Really? Let's see.
GI
Now
Joe's taking a shit.
Now I
GI
want to
Joe
look
went
and see
from
what mine is.
$200 to $55.
G.I. Joe 1?
GI Joe 1. My Deadpool dropped $70. Something to Killing the Children.
Today, G.I. Joe 1?
Well,
Yeah.
don't forget they go by a 9. I have it graded a 9.0.
Right.
So it just goes off of the sales. So something probably sold low.
Update values from
I know
Cover
GI
Press.
Joe is taking a shit.
Oh,
I just like the
mine's
idea.
down $400.
Yeah,
See,
it's
I
gonna
don't-
be
I don't-
down.
I need to do this, but
A bunch
I
of
don't
stuff
know
went
how
up
hard
though.
to
What
take.
went down?
Even the Ultimate Fallouts are taking a shit. I almost want to buy some.
Down $1, down $1, down $1, down $1,
There gotta be a lot of those.
down $2. I don't see anything of any real significance. It's just the sheer bulk of $1 and $2.
Yeah.
Let's go to the end here. Ooh, down $89.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
It'll go back up. It's Last Padawan, Kanan, 1.
Crumbs,
It'll
you're the
go up
loser.
80.
88 is shouting you out on the chat.
What happened? Who's shouting me out? Who's?
Year of the loser 88. Friend.
I'm the
yours.
loser.
Year of the looser.
I am a loser. I'm looser than most. Better than being the loosest.
So, Jimmy's still working with the. He's working here. He's trying to get the volume.
He's got the clearest image of all of us.
I know,
This is
right?
true.
You can't hear me.
Yeah, we can.
Oh,
hear you.
No, there it is. Yeah, we
I
can
just
hear
heard you.
Just
You
heard
can
now.
you?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, my volume's really low.
Oh yeah.
You sound fine over here.
Jimbo looks like if there was a filter, he'd look like you're on the What You
Yeah, now
Want
I can
video.
hardly hear you guys.
Well, whose fault is that?
I think it's because it's not on speaker anymore. How do I turn it on speaker?
It's the M&R Press. Actually, Jim's not working on the M&R Press. He's
Oh,
working on
you're the collector. What's up, dude?
Jimmy's working on a Vastex press, right, Jim?
Oh, very nice. Shall we go? Let's talk about the hot 10. Let's just do that.
Yeah, let's
want to
do it.
go. Well, let's finish up Crumbs and his George
Yeah,
Prince Hall.
Oh, do we want
Yeah,
want to
let's
see
check
this
it
now? Let's see what we got. I will
Let's see it.
say it.
Should I
Check,
grab?
check, check,
should I grab
check
the
it out.
CGC stuff?
Yeah, if you want to show it off,
I mean,
I'm always
yeah,
down.
Yeah.
if we don't think that
They got a lot of. I
nothing
got a lot of
comes to
books.
mind.
All right, so George Perez. Oh, sweet. Bubble wrap. All right, let's see. What should I start with? Oh,
Is this the first time you're unveiling
yeah,
these as well?
it just showed up today, and
Okay.
I did not get a chance to go through it all. But I
How's
do.
how's the packaging?
Packaging was good. I give it an A
Alright.
plus. Everything is
Okay.
nice and toy like a toiga.
That's
Like a toy.
Quite like a toiga. So let's see. What do we got? We got number 29.
I didn't even open this one.
Whoa. We have 16, which has got the what? Oh, is that?
so. This is volume 2, the 87 series, right? Well, it starts in 87.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
George Prince.
That we got that. We got 58.
That's a nice one.
That's a cool cover.
Got 59. We have numero 12.
Now, was this sold as a Perez lot?
No, what happened was this was a shop that has a whatnots page,
Yep.
and what they did was they were doing a buy request. So I just asked. I was like,
Do you have
Happen-
any George Perez?
"Yeah." I was like, "You have any?"
Guys like-
Well, specifically Wonder Woman. I was like,
Yeah,
"Do you have any
okay.
George Perez Wonder Woman?" And they were like, "Yeah, let's check." And they go to the Wonder Woman section. They start flipping through. They're like, "Yeah." So
That's cool.
they picked them all out, showed me which ones, asked me if I wanted them, and then they made a lot price, and I got them for a pretty good deal. So
Nice. I heard a lot of people are getting some pretty decent deals on Whatnot. I know a lot of people are hating on Whatnot too, for who knows why. Oh,
Yeah, this
I
is-
just noticed Jimmy's gone. What happened? What happened?
it'll be back.
Where's the
What's up, Clay? What's up, Richard?
Clay Thompson's in the house.
Clay Thompson's in the house. The basketball player?
Yeah, taking a
That's
break.
cool.
That's it's Clay. He's taking a break from draining threes.
Draining.
This is a very hentai cover.
hentai. My waifu.
And I don't even know what that means, but it's hilarious.
Waifu. I guess it's like a. I guess it's
Something.
a girl you want to marry.
It's I don't.
in,
I
ma-
have
in anime or manga.
in anime.
In
I don't
manga.
speak anime.
You gotta get
but-
you into some anime.
Who, me?
Yeah, I got a lap full of CGC now. That's good. That's cool.
This one's somewhat iconic. I see this cover a lot.
Yeah, I saw that. George Perez has that in his big oversized book that the shop just got. It's really cool. It's like poster versions of all those covers.
That
What's up,
I
guys?
did.
Now Steph Curry's in here too now. Awesome.
Good God, it's raining
Wow,
threes
all
on
the
this piece.
Yeah, really. Is Reggie Miller joining us?
Then I did find a
that-
few Swamp Thing.
Oh, nice.
The Vertigo. These were the Nancy Collins ones that I'm always looking for.
Those
There's
covers
that.
are mad dark.
Yeah, they're hard to see. This one, let's see.
That cover's
This is
super
post Alan Moore, Rick Veitch, guest starring Etrigan and Tomahawk. Look at that.
nice.
Yay. And then I did find another Alan Moore,
Did that one get the index card shout out?
which was cool. What say?
Steph
Did that one
Curry's
get the
talking
index?
Reggie Miller shit. Reggie can't shoot threes.
And then I found
Nice.
some Dark Horse
Nice.
Star Wars stuff.
Nice.
I was able to grab a bunch of Legacy that I was missing.
Nice.
So just helping to complete the I'm only missing
You got
like
Jimmy's
now.
attention on the legacy covers.
Yeah, no Adam Hughes
No
on
Adam
this.
Hughes.
I was gonna say, Jimmy just
Yeah.
he just messed
He's
up a
like,
T-shirt.
Star Wars
Yeah,
legacy.
no Adam Hughes in that one. But I'm only missing like literally a handful. Like I think I got like 7 or 8 that I don't have.
Yeah.
So
How big of a run is that legacy run?
52, 53, 54, somewhere around there in the low 50s,
Legit.
mid to low 50s.
Now we can't hear Jimmy. He muted himself but turned on speakerphone. Can't hear you, bro. Can't hear you. There he goes. He's just tapping away. Tap, tap, tap. Doot, 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 doot. Nope, can't hear you.
Jim, do you have a
He's
tiny
here for
whiteboard?
visuals.
He is for visuals. There you go.
Jim, do you have a tiny whiteboard you could communicate with us?
There you go.
Years making fun of our age. Said he's here to learn from the old men. I mean, experienced collectors.
Did you get anything, Jason?
No, I mean I didn't get. I picked up like a couple of books. That Dark Avengers that you picked up the other day.
Mhm.
I found the third printing, which is pretty hard to get, at a local shop for a couple bucks. So, and I picked up a couple dollar books, but nothing really. I picked up half a dozen Adam Hughes for Jimmy the other week, and a bunch of like $5 or $10 books in dollar bins, but nothing of really any consequence of late.
So what else we got? What you got? You got CGC books you wanna?
I'll rehash the toy show deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
For
absolutely.
those that didn't see my Instagram, I went to the Woodbridge Toy Show. Me and Nick kind of went straight to the back, and there was a guy who had a pile of books that just said $1 a book and $5 for trades. They actually had some good trades there too that I would have just liked to have read. I should have bought them, but anyway, I paid $8 for 8 books. And I knew what I was getting because I got the first What If Scar for $1, first World War Hulk, first Scar in continuity. Then there was the Dark Avengers book. There was the first, what's that one with Captain America on it? That's that Secret Invasion. There's somebody in that book too. I keep forgetting. But anyway,
somebody with an announcement.
So I also got the Ultimate The Death of Peter Parker book, which I know is like a couple bucks, and the Ultimate Fallout 3. But I
saw that you got that.
Yeah, so when I brought them home, I started rebagging and boarding everything. Most of them were raw, loose. But the Ultimate Fallout 3 was in a bag and board, and when I pulled it out to rebag and board it, there was an Ultimate Fallout 4 right behind it.
Oh,
Which is amazing. So I got an Ultimate Fallout 4 for what
50
amounts
cents.
to be 50 cents.
that's insane.
Yeah, that's insane. That's probably one of my biggest buys ever. That's just crazy. I did get some other stuff there, some spec stuff. I got a first Pip the Troll. I got another leader. But I got some everything else was either too expensive or not what I wanted. There was a lot of stuff that I wanted, but it's just too much. I had my
Were
eyes on a
there
few books.
were there many comic vendors?
Yeah. For every Funko Pop guy, there was a comic guy. There was a lot of Funkos. There was a lot of Funko Pops. But so I asked the guy. I guess Eric is the one who runs the show, and he said he'll have the big room at the expo. This was in the little antechambers at the expo. He says he's gonna actually be in the big room for April. So I'm gonna look into getting a table for that.
Yeah. Were they booths or were they tables? Just
tables. It was like 6-foot tables. So I ran into a guy there. I forgot his name. I think it's Steve. I ran into a guy there that he sells at Meadowlands, so I know him. And I'm actually going to start pressing and cleaning for him too. But he let me behind the table to look at like a long box that he had like of extra stuff, and he leaned into me. He's like, "Dude, I've only been here for 3 hours and I've already made $4,000." I was
That's
crazy. Like, what? There was a lot of foot traffic. It was a pretty packed show. A lot of people. But you know, you go there for toys. Not everybody's there for comics. I would probably try to put together a pretty diverse table. Maybe throw some sports cards in there. But it just more and more makes me want to start my own show. I really do. I want to start my own show. I know enough of you guys, like even, you know, Chris and Jimmy wanted a table, and my friend Alex, and I know enough guys where I can at least get six tables filled with just my friends.
Right.
But you know, Chris, you're in the area. You know the area. You know St. Anne's has their quarterly card show.
Right.
In the basement of that church. I was thinking about asking that guy if you know, maybe we can get the every other month start a comic show down there.
That would be really cool.
You know, something small. You know, start small.
Yeah. Yeah, even with like the 6 people you know, and you know, I'm sure we know at least 2 more each.
I mean, he had pretty decent. Jason, you'd say there's a decent amount of people there, right?
Yeah. You mean in terms of attendance?
Yeah. For like the little snapshot that we saw, like there was some.
I mean, there was a good turnout. I mean, we had at least one comic vendor who all the good stuff was apparently in his
car.
Truck. So I mean, that's par for the course as far as I'm concerned. You know, most of the time when I'm at a marketplace, I either just missed the buy or
funny.
it's at arm's length.
It's at arm's
and I don't
length.
have an opportunity to buy it.
It's so
You know?
funny, man.
I got a bunch of good stuff in the car. Can you bring it out?
Yeah.
I don't really. The car's way out in the parking lot.
No.
I'm in here.
First of all, no. Second of all, you got to come to Columbus on Sunday to come see what I got.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, I know you're approximately 100 feet away from those comics at this point in time. But how do you feel about driving 60 miles to see the same thing?
I was a bet, since we both knew Howie. I figured, like, you know, we both know Howie. We're good people. Why don't you give me the keys to your car? Let me go look with Jason out here. Man. Anyway.
No dice, huh?
No dice. But I kind of knew what he had. I picked through it last card show. All the bags are in really bad shape.
Yes.
Even the comics are not in the best of shape. So I got like 4 books last time. I got 2 books this time. You got like you got a book.
Those bags are so oily you could just put them in your car engine at this point in time.
Bad.
I mean, they're pretty rough.
Those bags, when they start releasing that whatever and they start sticking together, it's just a bad scene. Good. It's a good thing though that those bags don't destroy the books inside. It never leaches into the books. Whatever it is that leaches outside never really gets into the books.
Right.
Which is kind of good. But
no, I like that little show. Yeah, I like that little show, and I think it's, you know, it could be an awesome opportunity for you, in particular, because, you know, I mean, you could practically, it's like less than a par 5 golf course away from your house, and or golf course hole, I should say, and I mean, I would certainly come out to do a show like that.
I think it's a good way to get started, at least. You know, if I want to try it, that would be probably not too expensive.
I think probably going to give you a very low risk, potential high reward kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, all right, let's get into the CGC stuff. Most of this is from my friends Will and Fernando at Meadowlands Flea Market. One is a vendor, one is a friend. Can't hear you, Jimmy. But you're beautiful. Some of this I pressed and cleaned. Some of it was good to go, but we're going to go look at it. So we got a Amazing Spider-Man 194. We got a first Black Cat.
Nice.
8.0. Very strong 8.0. Good start. And I got to look, too, and see if these cases, because, man, yeah, it's this crack case. Son of a bitch. So I got to send that back.
Was there damage to the box?
They've been real bad with the crack cases lately.
Yeah, it's cracked. I got to send that back. All right.
Was
then
there
we
damage
got
to the box?
It almost makes you think that they're
Wow.
cracked before they send them. Holy crap!
I can't see the gray.
9.8.
Dang, yo.
9.8 for a 316. I mean, I knew it was in good shape, and I pressed it pretty good, but wow.
You pressed it better than you
I
thought.
pressed it good.
I pressed it real good.
Pressed it real good.
You pressed the H out of that thing.
Wow. Well, now I know it. I don't even have to call customer service. I could just put in a mechanical error and get that re-slab. But I'll tell you what, I got a bunch of mechanical errors there now, and they're not moving. And we got a
Blackers.
300, 7.0.
Not bad.
I know for a fact, though, you know how much you paid for this? $2.
$1.
$2.
It's a crime.
$2.
Didn't ask for a dime.
No,
$2.
No cracks. $2. I mean, it's a 7.0. I was kind of hoping he would get a bigger number on that, but yeah. $2.
Oh, sorry, Ricky, I don't have a dime.
All right. What else?
$92?
Ultimate Fallout 4. This is Will's book.
Jimmy
Got it.
just
Playing
wanted to
charades
let you
over
know
here.
His sign language, he has a 9.2 of that book, so.
Yeah, you do.
Good thing you speak Jimmy.
Ultimate Fallout 4, 8.0. That's Will's. 8.0.
At a what, 8.0?
8.0. Why is that an 8.0?
Uh-oh, we're getting back to a couple of my submissions there?
It does have some. It does have some spine ticks.
Like that 9.4 I got. Ugh, so mad. That
your Batman Who Laughs me?
No, oh, that sucked. But that was a
That's a
9.6.
Yeah.
The 9.4 was the Heir to the Empire
Got
one.
another Ultimate Fallout 4. This one's a 9.2.
That's not bad.
Not bad. I mean, we do want 9.8s on these. Oh, it's got some. Oh, that bottom corner is pretty hosed. Wow, this got a 9.2 and that got an 8.0.
Maybe they put the wrong one
They
in the
did.
wrong.
They definitely did. God, they suck. This is the 8.0. Oh my God, CGC guys. This is
Someone
definitely
made the old
this
switcheroo
is-
with themselves.
This is the 8.0. That's the 9.2. They switched them.
Somebody needs to-
Unbelievable.
Somebody needs to switch them off a decaf.
This is Ray's book. This thing got sent to me, and then it got sent back to Florida, and then it got sent to me again because I wasn't here to sign for it. Their new contract with FedEx sucks. They demand that somebody is there to sign for it. If not, it goes back and held for 24 hours, and if you can't sign for it, like, they will not release it at all. They won't even send it to a
horrible.
FedEx place for you to pick it up. Like, you know, UPS, they'll just send it back to the warehouse and I can go get it. Not for
That
FedEx.
or we'll send it to, like, in your case, we would send it over to the UPS store by Wegmans,
Right.
and you can go pick it up there.
Right. So this is Ray's book, Secret Wars. He got an 8.0. I mean, he's had this since the day he bought it. Surprised by an 8.0. I thought it would have been higher than that. They're getting really strict.
That is a funny statement that you made.
What?
He's had this since the day he bought it.
I just picked that up.
Yeah, I guess I did.
You know, I've had all my books since the day I bought them.
Since the day he bought them, too.
Now this is Will's Spider-Man 300. His is a 9.0.
Jimmy too. That's better. 9-0.
Yeah.
That's nice. 9-0 Spider-Man 300.
I'm worried about mine now. Submitting mine.
I'm about to go to Dolph's house and just grab all my stuff and say screw CGC.
This one was a tough grade too, man. I thought this was nicer, but it does have some shadowing. Amazing Spider-Man 101. It does have a crease there. 6-0. Oh no, it is a 6-0.
That's a nice
He
book,
got
though.
his Morbius.
Yeah, it's great though.
Yeah, it's nice. What else we got?
That's one of the books too. It's like it like that thing got unnecessarily brutalized by that movie.
Yeah.
And it's gonna have to stabilize again.
Yeah, that's an 8-0 Brother Voodoo. It's nice. Good grade.
These are Will's again.
These are Will's, yes.
Now, would these have been long term? Like these have been in a collection for a while, or these are things he picked up?
I think they're things he picked up. He's definitely had a lot of Fallouts. All the Fallouts I got past the original one that I had were Will's. I bought 2 second prints off of him. I got a first print off of him.
Right,
He's
you
got
got
a
him at the
nice 8.5 Marvel Premiere, first Iron Fist.
You see, Jason, he went out and bought them, and he's had them ever since.
Yeah, he's had him ever since.
Since the day one.
You bastard. That is funny. That is funny.
That's
Yo.
gonna be
Yo.
That's
Funny
gonna-
guy.
that's gonna be the new ongoing joke now.
All right, so at least I only have to return the Black Cat. All right,
That was the only one that was dinked up.
It's the only one that was cracked.
Was there any like did the box show any wear that you expected one to be broken or no?
No.
Well,
'Cause
dude, you
the
should
other
keep
one,
that.
The other one's fine.
You should
Such
send that
crap.
8-0 Ultimate Fallout back in. Get a higher grade on that, and keep the other the shit one in the 9-2.
That's unbelievable that's a 9.2. It's got a big.
It's
ding on the
not.
bottom.
There's no way. There's no way.
I mean, look at all those books that look at those couple modern books that I like stupidly submitted early on that had color rub. You could
Yeah.
still like shave with those books; they were that sharp.
Right.
But there is color rub on the back side of the books.
Yeah, these are the two. These two are Fernando's. So I only
Jimmy's struggling.
I have the rest of Fernando's. It's the whole modern one back there.
Does Jim have this on the earbuds? Is that what's happening?
No, he
No.
can't
We
figure
need to
it out.
we need to get him a Janet Jackson headset.
I know. I had
Control.
My friend had an issue with this sometimes where he couldn't get sound. Alright, these are Will's.
He had it going for a minute there.
Looser. I had to give him a shout out. He did say someone call IT for these boomers. Which I did love that comment. I did love that comment.
That's awesome. Alright, let me pack these. Alright, that's Will. That's Fernando.
Little do they know that we're all relatively tech savvy, some
Yeah,
more
I
than
know,
others.
we are. That's true.
Chris, I was having an issue getting on tonight because my work laptop, what I'm on, the license for Zoom has gone out of date, and
Isn't it free?
because what's that?
Isn't it free? Or no, it's not. I guess it's not free over
Yeah.
45 minutes, right?
Right, in Penn State. I mean, we have our accounts through Penn State, but our IT guys have to freaking do installs. Chris, Supergirl's not one of the titles you're creating. collecting.
I collect some Supergirl, but I'm really after right now. I'm after Swamp Thing. Anything from Moore through Collins run. I don't know what volume that is. I think it's volume 2.
Yeah, it would be volume 2.
Yeah, and then volume 2, Wonder Woman. Those are the two things that I'm really after, and then my normal stuff.
Yeah, because that run starts. I want to say that run starts in like something like 86 or something. Because that first Constantine book is from what, like 89 or something like that.
Yeah, but that's what, number 37?
37, yeah.
Yeah. And that's volume 2. Anything beyond like the original like 20, I think
Right.
20. I think 20 was when Alan Moore came on, and that's what they consider volume 2 at that point.
Yeah, those freaking early books are pricey anyway.
I have a bunch. I don't have all 20, but I have at least half of them. They're cool. I found them in the wild, just at shows and stuff. Got good prices on them. But yeah, that's that's old. And anything, obviously, monster related. I like monsters.
Who doesn't?
I know that, right?
Any updates on either of the two things you've been working on? Your potential additional EC books, or
I have been put off until after the holiday season, and for good reason. So I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
But I see him every day. Every day I wave to him like, "Hey, remember me?" And he's like, "I know." But no, there's little chance for either of us to really do anything until after the fact. And I have not heard from the Golden Age collection since the last time I said something. So after the holidays, I'm just gonna kind of pop in when I have something for him, and be like, "Hey, I'm still interested," and see if we could come up with something. But they're not going anywhere. I'm like the only person either one of them are talking to about it. Otherwise, they're just sitting.
Yeah, the last time we jumped on 3 weeks ago, it's just Dolph and I, and he gave me a good idea about, since clearly the borough that I live in is jacking up my yard signs, and that's not going to be an option, that maybe I do some vinyl graphics for my car instead, so they can't peel the vinyl off my own car.
Right.
So so I contacted this a sign guy who's done a lot of work for us at Penn State, and he gave me the details. So I'm just going to work with Jimmy to get a design done, and hopefully do some cool graphics for the back of my back window, and then it'll be, it'll just go with me.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you can park your car in front of the house when you have it. So
right,
okay.
and because I'm really like, I'm not finding really anything right now, and there's no flea markets for the summer, obviously for the winter. So
right.
I'd like to try and get.
This is definitely the slow season for buying.
Yeah, and I'd like to try and get some collections. I mean, I have at least my first con of the year is in February, so I'd like to try and pick up at least another thing, even if it's just lots of $5 to $20 books with big runs, because
Right.
I have a feeling I'm going to see a big pivot to a lot of people buying. People are still going to want to buy comics, right? So I have a feeling we're going to see people buying books that are affordable, and maybe buying, putting together their, I don't know, Marvel team up runs, or their,
Right.
or their 2-in-1 runs and stuff like that, where they can buy 50 books at $2 a pop, or 50 books at $3 a pop.
Yeah.
Well, another thing is that interest is going to definitely start to peak with all the announcements for 2023.
Sure.
Especially like for me with the Star Wars stuff, that stuff's going to definitely start to jump up. So I'm kind of holding off on like a lot of that stuff, and then again, with these two big collections that I'm looking at, when they do show up, it's going to be intense. But it'll be, I think, depending on what's actually in them, like specifically, is going to determine whether or not I jump on it or I decide to hold off because of obvious reasons. I could probably get more if I wait a little bit until something is released or announced or what have you.
Yeah.
But now's the time, like for sure. Now's the time to definitely try to grab whatever collections you can. I'm surprised that more hasn't popped up in, for people who are looking for extra Christmas money or what have you.
Yeah. That was surprising to me too. But we'll see. I'm going to do that little marketplace near my house again this weekend, but 2 days, just try and really advertise the fact that I'm looking to buy stuff, because I have had people ask me when they stop through there. So hoping we get a little more foot traffic through this weekend, and move some books, but make some connections as well.
So what are you thinking, Dolph? Since I'm talking about prospecting here, what do you think? What are you thinking for those Afro books next year?
I still think they're undervalued. They're dropping, so you can get them all for like 70 to $80 now.
Yeah, I know. I started looking. I'm gonna try to start grabbing more.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still all in on Afra.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. Do you think she's gonna pop up this year coming up?
I think you'll get some news about her. I don't know, because what I think will happen is you might get a tease of her in Ahsoka, and then if they develop a Thrawn series, then you'll see her in that.
I think that once they brought Chrysanthemum into the fold,
yeah,
it's almost inevitable.
Yeah, I would have.
It was already inevitable, but
yep. Yeah.
Well, she's too popular.
She ticks all the boxes, and she's a cool character. She's
right.
kind of snotty. She's an archaeologist. She's gay. She's Asian. I mean, she's perfect for Disney. I mean,
well, not to mention they've already committed. Like, she's got 2 solo series for Pete's sakes, right? Like,
right.
They've committed to really building a universe around her. And so that's always a good sign, especially if the books are popular.
Well, with what's his name, Christian something. What the Vader, the Anakin guy? What the hell's his name again? I'm drawing a blank.
Anakin guy.
Hayden Christensen. Sorry,
Hayden Christensen.
I'm mildly
Christian
stupid.
Haydenson.
Christian Haydenson. Yes. But with bringing him in from the Kenobi series, everybody's hopeful that there's going to be a Vader series, and if there is, like a that time period Vader series, they would be stupid not to bring Afra in, not to do that arc.
Well, yeah, you have to do that, because that's the great relationship, is that not only do they work together, but he could kill her at any moment. He's always threatening to kill her.
Right,
Like, he has no use for her at all until he does, and then he
right,
doesn't.
exactly.
She's a friend from work.
She is a friend from work.
That's why he keeps her alive. She's a friend from work.
I know him from work.
Yeah.
I know. He's a friend from work.
I like Afra. I'm still all in on Afra.
Yeah.
So here's a question, right, for both of you. Would you just buy the grade at this point in time if 9/8s are down around 200, or you can snipe them when they're in auction formats for $150? Do you just invest your money?
At this point, I would get high grade in 3, 4, and the LaRocca. I wouldn't go 1 and 2 at this point. Like, if I'm investing, I'd get 3, 4, and LaRocca, not 1 and 2.
Right, but that's the thing. 3 has come down.
Yeah.
4's going up.
4 is really scarce. I got one of those. Do you have a 4?
Plenty of them.
Yeah, I only have the 1 4, but I have the 2 LaRoccas too, and those I gotta get graded.
I think I have. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. The only one I don't have is of 3 is the 3rd print. The
orange? No, not the orange.
The green.
One, the green one.
I have the others. I have one. I think I have like 4 of the first prints.
Yeah.
I have the 1 LaRocca. I have 2 second prints and 1 4th print.
We still got to get you a Clone Wars 1, man.
Yes, I need to do this before February.
Yeah.
Are the Ahsoka books chilled out at all right now?
They were dropping every time
they
I did an
a little
update.
bit.
They were dropping. I don't know what dropping. What does that mean? Like 1,100 to 900? They're still very expensive.
Yeah, but they're dropping. They're dropping on cover price. They're not dropping on eBay.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Somebody needs to tell eBay about this
right
situation.
Well, it's just like when I was selling those EC books. Cover price was like, hey, this is like a $400 book. You go on eBay, and the last like 3 sold for like $700. I was like, I'm putting it up for $7. Screw that.
Yeah, I have my Hulk 271, my 770 first rocket on eBay right now, have it at $1.65. That includes shipping.
You really should keep that though, man. The Guardians
Yeah,
3
hold
is
it.
going to be right. It's going to be all about Rocket. Just drop it right on the day it premieres. Drop it on
Right.
that
Yeah, I mean,
Thursday.
I have 3 copies of it right now. That's the only one that's graded.
And
But,
everybody's hyped on James Gunn right now
Yeah.
too. So
I'll probably pull it down here pretty soon because I'm getting nothing but low ball offers. So
Well, that's
it's
what I'm
been
getting
actually
on
kinda
on
cool.
Kevin's Deadpool. I have it listed for an insane amount of money, but
I have it listed off like basically where the book is selling or below where it's selling right now,
Yeah, I don't.
including free shipping. And people are trying to offer me like 30% less than I have it
Yeah.
listed
you know
for.
you know what your
Some-
problem is, Dolph, with that book with New Mutants 98 is that everybody
Everybody's
already
got
has
one.
it.
well, not it's a newsstand. It's a newsstand.
Oh.
It's a 9.8.
everybody.
It's a 9.8
It's a
newsstand.
9.8 newsstand.
Not everybody has that book.
I'll
But
give you
he- but-
$50.
Yeah, right. So, but here's I got the old one of those things. Like he's doing me a favor. So he's like, I'm gonna offer you 2,700, but listen, I'm really that's a lot because I have to get it reholded because it's in an old case. I was like, I don't care. I was like,
Oh no.
I was like, I could care less if you reslab it or not. That has nothing to do with me pricing it.
Oh, you have. What do you
I
have?
also-
Oh no.
Oh, I'm sorry. You
I
have to
also
reslab
feel-
it. I should definitely take that fee out of the price of the book.
Right.
I always really like to somebody tries to tell you that because their preference would be to have it in a new holder that they have to do that,
Yeah,
and that
it's a little
you
presumptuous.
are somehow like responsible for
Yeah,
the fact that
That's what I
it's,
said to him. I was like, first off, no. I mean, second, it's a consignment, so I can leave it up there as long as I want, and
Right.
I can wait until the Deadpool movie, and then you will reach my price. Like the books will just steadily go up, and then next thing you know, I'm like right where it should be.
That
Yeah.
guy who was driving me nuts on Macari, the one time he would come at me like you said, he's doing you a favor by giving you this like super low ball offer. I would just respond with, "Hi, no."
Yeah, I don't even bother anymore. I just let him disappear. I don't even respond.
Sometimes that's how you gotta do. That's how you gotta do.
Yeah.
all right. Well, it's 10:08.
So
You
let's
gotta
do the
do
key. Let's do the top
Do
10.
the key collector. We're gonna put Jimmy on the clock. We'll see how quickly we can get through this. If he's complaining, we won't know because we can't hear him anyway. So
That's right.
it's going to be a lot of
Fantastic.
hand waving there.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be a lot of hand wringing.
A lot of turkey flapping.
All right, boys and girls.
We got 6
Oh.
people in the house.
This is the top 10.
Number
I like,
one.
yeah. I've
Interesting.
definitely been buying this book. I have a few copies of it.
Is
You don't
it
typically
just
see
me,
a
or
book.
do I have literally have no desire to own and or read any Ghost Rider?
I don't read Ghost Rider. I did get this. Rick had a couple come through, and I was picking them up for like $5 or $10.
Right.
And now they're
you
up
don't
to $50.
typically see books on the Hot 10 though that are like $50 books. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, this is a low one for the Hot 10. And not only that, it's based on what now? It's based on
Oh.
Gabriel Luna maybe saying he was going to be in. But I don't want to see Gabriel Luna Ghost Rider. I want to see.
It is. See, this is interesting. This is from last year, December 2021. Gabriel Luna seems to be teasing a reprisal of his Ghost Rider role in response to a tweet from Boss Logic. This sounds like a story out of a Transformers movie, like something that I'm responding to something Boss Logic said.
Yeah, right.
Like,
We need to
Um,
find more energon cubes.
I mean,
Yep.
this is a book that you
Yeah.
have a good chance of finding still, like at a toy show for $1 or something like that,
Yeah.
because this book would be from what, 2014? Is that what it's from?
Yeah.
2014.
And this
Yeah,
is
that
like
2014
this is one of those books that if it's a 9.8 or nothing, they printed they printed enough of them, and it's a modern book. If you don't have a 9.8, don't even bother.
You
What's
ain't got
interesting though,
shit.
so they're showing a 9.6 sold this week for $169, a 9.4 for 153.
You don't want
Which-
to chip in the extra $16 and buy the 9.6.
Yeah, right.
But what I find odd is like so this book right now is selling higher than Invincible Iron Man 9, which is like
Yeah.
that's crazy because this is a character who's speculative. The
Yeah.
other character is going to be in 20 projects in the
But
MCU.
Isn't that
Right.
what all this is?
What?
I mean, speculative like that. Like
No, it's
what's up,
certainly
Michael?
speculative, but like
so
you have a sure thing in Riri Williams. You have
right.
a tease tweet between two Transformers from last year on this book. So it's interesting that
So
in the down market.
like this is the funny thing about this collecting comic thing that we're doing. New Mutants 98, a pretty high grade, probably $500 or $600. Would you rather have a book that literally has been printed millions of times, or would you take that $600 and get a 4.0 First Kang?
Well, everybody knows what we would do.
Well, right.
No, of course, but that's that's what I'm saying.
the smart money is on the Kang, of course.
But that's where where would you rather put those hundreds of dollars?
Because here's the difference. The difference is by and large, right now, the who buys comics right now in bulk right now. It's typically the early 30s and younger.
I think they're even becoming more and more disinterested because they're obviously by the market. Either as a whole we're preparing for a recession and we're not spending money, or those kids that were hot on the collecting during COVID are now like, I'm done with this.
But it's those kids that are making these more modern books shoot up like this on specking.
Definitely.
Because they either don't have the information, or the wherewithal, or the resources to be able to buy these older books, and they're just going after the new stuff. And that's why these things constantly, like you said, they're just constantly jumping and then dropping and then jumping and then dropping. So
but I mean, if you look at Instagram, I see just as many dudes our age who are freaking FOMOing the H out of this stuff too. And just, I mean, that's not
their beards aren't gray enough. That's the problem.
right. They're trying to put themselves in 6 feet under by wearing them.
That's the other thing about Key Collector too, is that Key Collector made people interested in like Spidey filler books. They've gone from they're literally $2 books to now people are selling that filler stuff for like $10 a book now. Sub 300 is like $10 a book for filler. There's nothing in it. It's not relevant at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching Bronzeville got a great ASM collection, and I was watching his Whatnot show a little bit the other night, and anything sub 100, even if it was in rough shape, I mean, people were spending $30-$40 on books that were 3.5s that are, like you said, it's just an issue. There's no big key significance.
I mean,
just,
I made my whole collection that way.
Sure.
I bought sub 4 beater books of all the keys I can get my hands on.
Yeah.
And I have them. They're not great, but I have them.
Yeah, but it'll pan out because they just increase in value.
Well, that's what I always say. It's all relative anyway. The 9.8 will go up, but it's a trickle down. When people can't afford that, they'll go low and low and low, and then just start buying the low ones. There's nothing wrong with owning a 2.0 of any key book. Like I personally own a 0.5 incomplete of Amazing Fantasy 15, but I don't care.
Right. Yeah, well, the same can be said for the Volume 1 Star Wars books. I was buying those up for under $10 a piece, and now I just watched them shoot up to like $100 each. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Star Wars books are real popular. The only thing that hasn't really gone up, which I'm kind of surprised, is the early Conans. They're literally, it drops off of a cliff after you get after a certain number, and they are $2 books. And Conan's great,
until the McFarlane and Lee one-off covers near the end of the run.
Yeah.
Those books near the end of the run are like those Stephen Flat freaking what do you call it, Moon Knight books for Pete's sakes. But,
so there's that
yes.
too. That's a great example. Like Moon Knight filler has gone up, Doctor Strange filler has gone up, Thor filler has gone up. I mean, we're really just talking Marvel here because everybody knows that Superman filler is nobody wants
Right.
but I mean, for Marvel stuff like Thor, Strange, Moon Knight, Iron Man, like all of Submariner now, like all of these filler books are now have value, have interest. So
and it's funny because like a while ago, like even when I first started, those nobody gave two craps about Iron Man.
Right.
You get a key pretty cheap.
Yeah.
This is how I'm gonna this is how I'm gonna at least attempt to like level up my business to get to where I'm buying collections that are $800 or $1,000 to buying collections that are, bronze that are $2,000 or $3,000 to then hopefully buy more silver collections, and hopefully I would like to at some point in time pare down and not be the guy who has 10,000.
Next thing you know, you're a mile high.
What's that? Right, exactly. Right.
You have to rent a warehouse.
Right. Yeah. So I'm kind of trying to be a little more discerning this year, but use like the high grade run filler stuff that I can get somewhere between $2 and $5 an issue for it, and then level it up and buy higher quality collections, smaller numbers of books, but bigger books.
Run filler, is that like Rump Shaker?
Yeah, exactly.
It's very similar.
Thought so.
Very similar.
So
anyway,
anywho,
that was a big tangent on where would you spend $400?
Right.
Jim, you're welcome. That took us 10 minutes to get through the first one. All new Ghost Rider $1.
We're on a roll.
That's it. So, would you buy? I honestly, I really wouldn't spend a whole lot of money on this. If you see a copy for like $10, $20,
sure,
I would pick it up, and I would only go 9.8 if you're gonna buy this book for spec. But they use Robbie Reyes in S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know if they're going to be quick to use him again. I don't know. We'll see. But
I'd pass.
I'm not running out to get this one, no.
Nope.
And New Mutants 98, we kind of all know where this stands, right?
We all have it. Everybody has
Chris's
one.
Favorite book.
Everybody
has one.
Chris's
I love this book like Dolph loves that friggin' Ghost Rider 1.
I mean, I got to say, if you're going to go after this book, get a newsstand. I mean, even at any level, depending on whatever it is, I would get a newsstand versus. It's just rare.
I believe there is a newsstand on eBay. Just look up Junkyard Breaks.
Yeah.
I still got 460 for my 9.0 newsstand, and that was after the market kind of soured a little bit. So,
yep.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, Jason, do you have any regrets selling your Star Trek?
No. I mean, I'm not, like I put it into a collection that I think I'll be able to get a lot more out of, and it's going to give me inventory that allows me to do that. So I don't really have any regrets for sure. I think if it was a little higher, I probably wouldn't have sold it.
Yeah.
Like I was still in that neighborhood where that book gets real scarce at a 9.
I was gonna say if it cracked a 9, it might have been cheaper.
I was 2 grades away. Like and unfortunately, that's kind of where I'm at with the bigger books that I've gotten so far. Like they're just outside of that point where it's like, this is a. I mean, even this book, that freaking Del book, it's like 250 or this is like a $250 book in this 9.6. And right now it's like a $600 book in a 9.8.
Wow.
So, it's such a big difference.
Yeah.
And this is, that's one of the reasons seeing literally nothing on this book that I would consider resubmitting this. This book and that 9.6 Secret Wars 1 that you and I both could not understand how it didn't get a 9.8. Those are probably the only 2 books that I would consider resubmitting. Spending another $60 to try and get the grade I should have gotten in the first place, But I don't, that's kind of where I'm at right now. But I don't regret it. I think I'm in it to move the books and to get into the next thing. So that's the only way I really can do it.
Yeah.
I don't have a big nest egg, so I'm going to have to sell books in order to buy books.
Sure. FF53 is a weird one.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's on here. I mean, it's a second appearance, but Black Panther's really not that out of reach. It's still undervalued, I think. You can
Black Panther is wildly undervalued.
Yeah, it always has been. Like you can get a Black Panther for a few $100s. It's certainly not in the realm of like a Thor where a 1.0 is 10 grand. Or well, 6 grand. But anyway, you can get for 6 grand first appearance of Thor, you can get a really nice Black Panther.
Yeah, I don't necessarily understand this either, especially the timing, right? We would have imagined that this would have been hot.
You're absolutely
5 weeks ago.
Yep. This is not what happens post movie. Usually people, excuse me. Usually the Black Panther, thank you. The Black Panther stuff will drop after a movie comes out, not go up. That's weird.
Yeah,
but it's a quadruple key.
Right.
It does have stuff going on. Vibranium, T'Chaka, Claw. But Claw's not coming back. T'Chaka's not coming back. and second appearance of Black Panther.
Origin, right? So we always talk about first appearance, first cover appearance, Origin, and first solo series, right?
Yeah.
So it has one of those things, but it is kind of odd though,
it's
because
an odd one.
I've always wondered. So I know why FF48 doesn't have this huge price boost, because I guess there was a warehouse fine like 20 years ago or whatever. So there's a more significant number of higher grade FF48s than there is like FF49. But Black Panther, I've never really understood why there's not this. I mean, you could still get pretty high before Black Panther's first appearance starts getting out of reach.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is just shocking.
Yep.
So the idea that this one's reaching kind of bigger heights is surprising.
All right, let's go on to Star Wars.
Star Wars 1, Christopher's entry.
I'm in.
Way to go, Crumbs.
Thanks.
Congrats.
Chris, is there any significant first appearances in this book?
Not that I know of.
Oh,
I mean, a couple nameless guys, but
Baru and Owen Lars.
Yeah, right.
There you go. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about this book. This one's gone from being really hot to really cold to really hot to this one is the swings on Star Wars 1 is crazy, and Star Wars 2 doesn't get the same love. I mean, that's first Han Solo, first
Obi-Wan,
Chewbacca, first Obi-Wan. Yeah, I mean it's like there's some.
It's starting to gain more speed though, for sure.
Yeah,
I've seen 2 start to climb. It's not like an insane jump, but it's been a crawl.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, Dolph. This comic I equate to like the card boom. Like this comic, G.I. Joe 1, Thundercats, all of our 80s properties.
Yeah.
This is obviously a 70s property, but they saw the biggest, the wildest oscillation in that 2021, right?
Yeah.
Like
there was everybody swung for nostalgia. They swung for the fences on nostalgia. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And
I just so happen to have it right here.
Nice. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, it's definitely. This is a great book. I think it's a classic.
And then where is it?
I also like my Indiana Jones, my Raiders of the Lost Ark one. There you go.
Boom.
Yep.
Don't mess with my Star Wars.
I feel like everybody should have one of these.
Yeah, I actually can't believe I have not gotten one of these yet. Because I've gotten a couple collections. Now, this is probably the Boys and Girls Club, but that's the only reason I don't have.
You poor bastard.
But you also
You have to
gotta.
mention the Boys and Girls Club at least once per webcast.
So anybody watching this, also beware. There are many reprint versions of this.
Yeah,
Sure.
I was just looking. I pulled out.
Gotta watch for the Luke Skywalker box. There's a black reprint.
The Whitman Diamond.
The Whitman Diamond. There's a lot of reprints of number 1, so you got to be careful.
Yeah, I mean the Whitman Diamond is actually pretty. The Whitman Diamond with the multi-pack with the blank box is actually one that you want to grab at this point in time.
Yeah.
I have 2 Whitman Diamond number 2s. They got the.
See, most people get excited about the 35-cent variant, and they don't know that they're buying a Whitman book.
Yeah.
They think they hit the big time. No,
It's interesting.
I got a 35-cent variant number 4.
It is really interesting. So if you
That's like
click
my
on
crown jewel.
Yeah, that's a good
Dolph,
one.
click on the variants for this one. So
Oh.
speaking of the 35-cent variant,
I gotta move you guys. There you go. 2 variants.
this is that classic out of alignment key collector thing we're talking about. So it shows the high as 14,500, and then just below a 9.4, which is not the highest of the high. A 9.4,
what's high? Yeah.
$56,400.
When you're
So
telling me high grade, I'm not even saying 9.0. I'm saying 9.4 to 9.8 is probably high grade.
that's
Yeah,
what
but
I
in-
assume
in-
if I'm looking at this.
So
In this
Yeah.
world, as far as those 35-cent price variants go, because there's only there's so
there's
few.
not many.
There's what, 1,500
Maybe.
printed,
Maybe.
if that. So I would say, as far as that 14,000,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that
What's that, like a
That's-
7?
a 6 or 7. Yeah, because a 5. Last time I checked on a 5.0 on a number 1, it was somewhere between 6 and 7 grand.
See, I would say a low would be all the way to 4.5, and then I would say 5.0 to 7.0, 7.5 is mid grade, I guess, and then they're saying 8.0 up is high, so maybe
Yeah.
it's an 8.0.
Well, that's got to be. Yeah, I was gonna say that's got to be on the low end.
On key
The
collector,
low
like
end
what-
of 8.0, yeah.
Yeah, there
I
should
don't
be
know.
some.
But there's a lot of
should be-
people that say that key collectors' prices are wonky. Don't go buy them. Just
Well,
use
sure.
it as a
tool.
ballpark, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's-
there's the
I think it's-
reprints. You got to watch for
think
these.
it's
There's the reprint right there in the
Mhm.
black box. That's the Whitman variant. That's the reprint. And
The
then
Whitman reprints are actually more desirable than the other reprints, though.
There's some good ones. Especially I have a 3-pack over there, Star Wars 3-pack that it's still in the poly bag, which is cool.
Nice.
But I don't know. I don't think 1 is in there. I think it's later. But anyway, okay. Star Wars. Everybody should have one.
Do it.
The next book, I'm really not aware of the key significance. First,
The second
I'm-
appearance?
First, I'm hearing of it.
And the funny thing is, this means nothing. This book is just fine on its own. It doesn't need Hugh Jackman to jack the price
Yeah, right.
up. It just it sells itself. It's first Wolverine.
Second Wolverine?
Yeah, it's yeah, right, exactly. There's
It's
that.
the one. It's the
Are
one
we
and a
doing
half
this?
book.
This is what I forgot.
No, because if you said second, I would have said first. So.
Yeah, right. and there's the guy. What is he? I forgot on Instagram. Batcave, I think. Is that the guy? He's the one.
The one who's adamant.
He's the one who's if it says first full, it means second.
Right.
He does have a
If
point.
if it says first full on what? On key collector? Or in general?
No, in
In
general.
general.
In general, if a book says first full appearance, it means second appearance.
It's the second appearance.
I agree. I
Yeah,
kind
so-
of agree. I mean,
Does X-Men 266 say first full appearance?
I
Well,
mean,
dude, it's like the difference between
Gambit
a
is-
cameo.
The Gambit's
and a
the
first.
worst one.
Yeah.
Gambit's horrible.
Horrible. He's on 6 panels. He's in the
Right.
story.
That's
Like,
that's not a cameo.
That is not a cameo. He's in.
Yeah,
the
well,
book.
no, he's in I think he's in 26 panels,
26
and he has
panels. Yeah, it's
he has like multiple instances of dialogue.
Yeah, he's got
and
dialogue.
Yeah, and his name's Gambit.
It's
Like
not
they
even
refer
like-
to him
It like
as Gambit.
Yeah, it's not even like in shadow or like
Right.
like those like the first Apocalypse, which doesn't go for much, or first true appearance of Apocalypse. He's really just, isn't he in silhouette, or is he another last panel? That's what X Factor 4.
X Factor 5, right?
X Factor
'Cause
5.
X Factor, yeah. I'm not sure. But like, for instance, like the freaking first Dark Side in Jimmy Olsen 134, he's
No.
just on a TV, and they everybody considers that first appearance.
Everybody's looking up at a monitor, and there's his face. First appearance.
And yeah, so that's
Same thing with
widely
$2.99. Venom is in the bottom corner.
Well, right. Well, last page on 299, here's
Yeah.
Venom, which is just like
Venom, same as
just
Wolverine.
like Wolverine 180. It's
Exactly
freaking-
the same.
practically a homage to that splash page or that page at the back. So
Yep.
yeah,
Anyway,
it's interesting.
this book sells itself. If you probably in the top 5 Marvel books that is just evergreen. You just get on the boat now, and just enjoy the ride. It's gonna keep going.
I just
up and
really
up and
think
up.
this book is interesting though, that it has had kind of like a 20% north or south kind of a swing, right? Like these really big bronze keys have been impacted so much more than the Silver Age books,
Yeah.
like this Spotlight 5, freaking Werewolf by Night, 32. Like they've just had these much bigger swings during this time than any of the Silver Age stuff.
Yeah, this one also you gotta watch that Marvel stamp. It's another
Yeah.
one. That'll kill the
yeah.
book. Avengers 144, Patsy Walker.
Don't
I mean, this is
care.
another one of those books that
There's a couple of these. I don't get it. They were talking about Patsy Walker when they had the Jessica Jones show that she was gonna. But didn't she don a costume? Not this costume, but didn't she wear a costume?
I did not watch Jessica Jones.
No, Jimmy. Even though we can't hear you, I thought she did. But anyway, didn't she show some powers? She did. Yes. Okay.
No costume,
I-
powers.
We've actually really figured it out now. So.
No costume, powers. But all right, so they did use Patsy Walker and Jessica Jones, and they probably
Sounds
will
like-
bring Jessica Jones back.
Look at that, Jason. I have 2 books.
You got Hellcat?
No, I was
Oh,
looking at
next
the
one?
next one. Yeah.
Let's just go right to that. A Mega Man
Chris.
3.
Chris, everybody has a Mega Man 3.
Not everybody has a Mega Man. You stop it.
Except for Jimmy and I.
Jimmy and you.
Jim's a little butthurt about it.
Yeah, he's still butthurt about it.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about Omega Man when I heard the Moa Lobo possibilities, and I was like, as soon as I saw it, I went, oh yeah.
I only have 3. I just sold one. I sold one to Jason from Mint Hunter.
James.
James, damn it. I did it again. James from Mint Hunter. Sorry.
I have since acquired a second, so I'm doing all right.
James, if you ever want to be on the show, I won't forget your name.
I don't. I because I have it's you two that screw me up. All right.
Dolph, he's had that name ever since his mother gave it to him.
Yeah. I'll be right back. Son of a bitch.
Or father, whichever.
That's hilarious.
Christopher, this next one's the one that you want, right?
That's the one. That's probably another one of my big
wasn't
time
this one
grails.
when we did our like what you wish you could get, if money weren't an option kind
That
of
House
thing.
of Secrets 92, absolutely.
Yeah.
That is
I just
definitely
think
one
it's
of them.
such a it's such a cool cover, isn't it? Like
With that even with that huge House of Secrets right there, it still looks awesome.
Yeah.
It's got that purple and the green.
Yeah,
It's
the
great.
color is so cool, and I really like um, the overall aesthetic where it's almost like soft, like it's charcoal or
Yeah.
pastels,
Hmm.
got that kind of effect to it.
It's yeah. It's and as a Swamp Thing fan, that's definitely a personal grail, regardless of price. To be honest, it's just it's so iconic at this point. That
Yeah.
cover.
The one that Rick just gave me to press it's beautiful. It's probably a 6.0, maybe a 5.5, but probably 6.0. I love it.
Rick. It's his, or he's selling it.
One came into the store. He's selling it. But
What does he want for it?
He's gonna want a lot for it. I think he's.
I guess it depends on the. I'll wait until free comic book.
Yeah.
That's gonna mysteriously not be on the wall that day.
No, I mean he puts his stuff up there. He's got his FF or his X-Men 1 that he's still trying to get with 14 G's for. He's got an Amazing Spider-Man 1. I keep telling him if you let me put it away on layaway, I'll take it. He's like,
No dice.
He's like, cash money. I was like, no, can't do it. I was like, I'll pay you $50 a week for 25 years.
But you gotta let me take it home every Thursday.
I gotta take it home, right? So yeah, you guys were discussing House of Secrets. It's a buy.
Yeah, I mean, this book's actually fun. This book's interesting. So they had a 9/2 sale this week, which is actually a 6% over its 2021 high. So this book, a DC key, has been insulated for the most part from the drops. I mean, a 1.5 sold for $620 this week.
It's kind of surprising to me too, because even though everybody knows Swamp Thing and he's a huge character, he's not on a lot of people's radar, it seems.
Well,
sure.
I
he's
think
not
that show was a great show. That should not have been canceled, and it's a shame that it was. It was really good, but don't you think that Swamp Thing is also getting a little bit of that Man Thing heat? It's like the DC counterpart, and I think everybody's like, well,
I do think he's getting a little brand confusion.
I do. I really do.
It's almost like because Man Thing comics suck. They're not good. They're not well written, and the next best thing has historically just had good writing behind it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's insane, like how.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm a little biased, but
no, Swamp Thing has always been very well written.
And and
it's Bernie Wrightson early on. Bernie Wrightson is like one of my favorite artists, so I love it to death.
And the big thing is that even like after Alan Moore, and I guess I would consider Alan Moore a horror writer because he's done a lot of wacky type stuff, but they've had straight up horror novelists come in on comic books and do Swamp Thing. So
sure. Yep.
Yeah,
I love this book. I love it so much. It's definitely in my top 15 covers of all time.
It is definitely one of those books, though.
Sure.
If you look below here, a 7.0, 2280, a 6.0, 1700. So this is one of those books that has this is one of those books, probably like a Hulk 181, that really has a significant step up to each grade point, right? Because it is an old enough book that there's not this huge trough between mid grades and high grades. It's you're going to see it worth a pretty penny kind of in each grade bump.
Oh yeah, if I found one that displayed well at a 4.0, I'd buy it. For sure.
Yeah. This next one though, I don't know.
I'm actually kind of shocked I have not seen one of these out and about.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I think it's a little ridiculous, to be honest.
I love buying Wizard books if they're like $1 or $1 for a stack. Like I love just looking at the old top tens and the old prices. Like I like looking at the values and stuff.
And the old ads.
Yeah. Great video game stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
introducing the Power Glove.
Yeah, really. I loved Wizard magazine. This one's going for an 8.0 for $150.
See,
I don't know.
That's interesting to me because like this is a heavy glossy stock cover. So like there can be a lot of these still in an 8.0 condition, you know, like unless you're really rolling that bad boy and sticking it in your back pocket, like there's going to be a lot.
But isn't that what we all did with them?
Yeah,
I mean, for the most part, yeah. But you know, I still have freaking the stack of Beckett, sports card price guides that were laying flat in a tote somewhere. Like,
me too.
You know, I
think I still have that Beckett with Kirby Puckett on the cover.
Which one? I mean, come on.
See,
one with his big old face right there.
We were getting the baseball card monthly was the one that we were getting and selling at our table back in the 80s.
But that was newsprint, right? That was
yeah. Oh, it was like Xerox copy.
Yeah. Did you guys ever fall victim to the tough stuff?
No.
You'd be like,
Tough Stuff was after us. So was Beckett was kind of like the tail end when me and my dad stopped like being dealers.
Okay.
That baseball card monthly was the magazine that everybody bought at our table.
But yeah, I guess Chris, my point is like that. There's a lot of kids, if they were collecting and taking good care of their books in the '90s, that still have this. You know, this is still flat in a box somewhere.
Yeah.
And probably it's probably the bottom of their stack of Wizards too. You know, because
what's funny about that is that I'd always bagged and board in the '90s when I was younger, and the Wizards I never viewed as being anything other than
collectible.
I would just cart it around. Yeah, just cart it around, throw it in my backpack, and bring it to school. You know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Man, some of the prices on these $590 are best offer. Oh, it's signed.
Is that a newsstand too?
It is a newsstand. I didn't even know there was a newsstand to this. I thought they'd all be newsstands. But I guess you could have subscribed to them, yeah.
Interesting enough, I actually have issue 11.
$1,000. Didn't Key Collector say $300? These are going for $1,000?
Well, is that the New York City Comic Con ones or San Diego
Comic Con one too?
I don't think so.
It's just got the San Diego Con logo, but beneath, like kind of underneath his foot.
Nope. These are just normal. $199 for that one, but that looks near mint. I can see it's warped from here.
Yeah, everybody's jumping on that hype train.
Yeah, I guess so. All right.
Next. Last one.
Yeah, what we
saying?
agree is the best of the covers of the 68.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that Submariner cover, but this one's my favorite.
The only thing I've never liked about this is like that gigantic like sticker.
A lot of people say that, yeah.
Because it looks like a freaking Tide sticker or something like that on the, it's got that kind of scalloped edge and whatnot. But I always thought this cover was bad, eh?
Yeah, it's cool.
And Dolph, you have a beater of this, or you have a?
I have a beater, but here's the thing, and I when you were over my house, I showed it to you. It's not cataloged. I don't have it. I don't know where it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's either in my safe, stuck to the back of another book that I just missed it, or I don't know where it is.
I mean, I certainly saw this at the house.
You definitely saw it at my house. I don't know. I gotta find it.
Is it possibly behind Ultimate Fallout 3?
Could be.
Did you accidentally insert it into a poly bag? It does not belong in.
Yeah, it could be.
I think now we will forever be checking behind the Fallout number 3s.
Yeah.
I told Dolph, I was like, I've never, in a year and a half, I've never even seen a Fallout 3. I've never seen a Fallout
No.
issue in like a bin at like a flea market or a yard sale or
Even like
anything.
a 1, a 2, or a 3. Right?
Yeah,
No,
I
never.
just have not seen any issues from that series because I think I would be like, I think I'd be like a freaking cartoon character out of Who Framed Roger Rabbit if I saw, anything from that series. Just thinking what might be behind the next flip of the book. See if Fallout 4 is there.
Oh, it's not a Fallout 4. It's just this House of Secrets 92.
I just love when you're on a run like that and like, okay, this is the Red Hulk run, and then I knew like every one I was like, this is awesome, and then I saw the Ultimate Fallout run. It never even occurred to me that 4 was there. I just didn't see it, so I'm like,
Sure.
This is awesome. But
Well, when I finally got my Secret Wars 8, right? I was in that little game shop,
yeah,
and I don't know who prices their books, but like they'll have some books priced right on the money, some books they really like Harley Quinn priced way above,
yeah.
and then they just have these these wild underpriced books, and so I saw one and I grabbed it, right, and then I saw 2 and I was like, well, there's no freaking way 8's gonna be in here, and then it's in there at $20, and I was like. I couldn't believe it.
That's crazy.
Like, even though that's not like this insane home run for me, it's
That's
the
a
book
home
that I
run.
wanted.
That's definitely a home
Yeah.
run.
That is a home run for sure.
Yeah. But I agree, Dolph. Like, you kind of get you almost get like antsy as soon as you start flipping and you see like
You're like, I'm
you
in the
see
pocket.
two or three that are consecutive. You're like, okay. That happens a lot in ASM runs, like where you start seeing anything near it.
Oh yeah.
You just start getting more and more excited until you get to it.
Hell yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, the number of times I've seen like ASM 352, 353, 354, where there's those weird books with him and Darkhawk and stuff, and then obviously 360 isn't there, and then 361's not there.
Yeah, that's because you're not looking at the Boys and Girls Club.
That is a book that has tanked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Me and Jimmy are going to Big Apple Comic Con on Saturday. Nice.
This Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Sucks that it's during peak.
Yeah. What does that mean? You're a shark? You're a dog. You're a dog shark.
Dog shark.
I think he's a German Shepherd.
Is he Direwolf? Is this
he's
is
a wolf.
This is his brand?
He's howling.
Well, just think of me when you're there. If you see any Swamp Thing or
All right.
House of Secrets 93.
93, yeah, House of Secrets 91.
All right, that's it for.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, we had a rough start, but we kind of turned on the Jets afterwards.
That wasn't a rough start. That was a wonderful start.
We went on a bit of a tangent, but it was a good tangent.
It was a good.
Yeah.
We got it all out of our system.
All right. What do we watch?
So I guess next week we should have some stuff, right? I mean, you guys will have attended a con. You enjoyed this show last year, right?
I did. Well, we spent a lot of time with Assad Ribic. He's not going to be there. He's not going to be there.
This was the show. I believe this was the show last year where you were shocked at the amount of Golden Age, right?
Yes. Well, there was a lot of Golden Age there. And then that was the one where I was trying to haggle for that Journey into Mystery 40. It was a beater copy, but he wanted 300. I was trying to get it for like 200.
Is that the Doom prototype cover?
That's the what?
Is that the Doom prototype cover, or what is?
Journey into Mystery. Tales of Suspense.
Yeah.
The Iron Man. It's the first golden Iron Man costume.
First golden Iron Man. Okay. The one where he's kind of creeping.
Yeah, it's
in the
weird.
background.
He's like little in the corner, and he's like shooting a beam, a light, or whatever. Yeah, it's weird. Not the best cover.
It's a little peekaboo.
Yeah, but it's first golden costume.
I like it.
Yeah. But yeah, I saw him at Comic-Con. He already sold it, so.
Oh, you sold that same vendor?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of those guys are at New
Sure.
York Comic Con. That's a big show for those guys.
Yeah.
Also,
this
the
is
guy
one-
who runs it is the guy I bought that Plastic Man 4 off of.
Right.
The one where I called you. Jason,
Yeah.
Jason, how much is this worth, Jason?
And I was like, I don't know why you're so hyped about this Plastic Man.
Like, don't make
but,
fun of me. Am I
but it
Plastic
was-
Man?
But it was Golden Age, right? That's
Yes, it
that's
was
one-
Golden Age. I have a
Yeah,
few
that's cool.
Golden Age Plastic Man.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's
Yeah,
some
this
Plastic Man.
is a show I would love to have gone with you guys to. It's just
Yeah.
not into cards this time of year.
Start driving. We'll be here before you know it. You can go to Jimmy.
I would literally, based on the weather we're going to get tonight and tomorrow morning, I would have to literally start driving right now.
Yeah.
Please no. It's going to stay in PA.
We're supposed to get
Yeah.
8+ inches of snow here in State College,
That's crazy.
and
man.
like
Sure.
a third of an inch of ice. So
Not
They already-
until after Christmas.
they already closed the university tomorrow. My kids already have off school tomorrow.
I got this on Goodwill.
Nice.
Nice.
1976 thermos, complete thermos.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
It's got an aggressively
I love stuff
sized
like that.
I
top.
love this stuff. I got it for $9 too. They're selling for like 50.
Yeah, it's got an aggressively sized top.
It's got an aggressively
little-
sized top,
It's got a look-
but that holds a lot of juice.
Now
Yeah,
with
for
aggressively sized top.
It's
Man,
interesting
you
though.
couldn't
It's,
even fit. This is so tiny. You couldn't even fit 10 ounces in there.
No.
um,
It's for soup.
That is for soup.
I think I've actually seen the lunchbox that was the companion
I
to
might have
on
to seek,
several occasions.
yeah, I might have to seek that out. It's a thing. Do I want to sell this for the person that has an empty lunchbox, or do I want
Right.
the empty lunchbox from my thermos?
Yeah. For your thermos, right?
Mm.
I don't know.
I do. I would love to talk to a hardcore lunchbox collector because I think that is one of those really interesting
Yeah.
collectibles, and I also think it's really crazy
Does,
how the
CGL do lunchboxes? I forgot.
probably.
I don't know.
No, he definitely
I do
does
something
lunchbox.
similar like that too. In my little display case over there, I have 5 original empty Matchbox car boxes that I don't have the cars, but I have the original boxes. So I was thinking one day, I'll just get the cars to put in there, but I never did.
Yeah.
I still got 5 empty boxes. I thought it was kind of cool though, because
Well,
the boxes
those
are harder
got
to
to
find
be-
the cars.
I was gonna say that, but the cars themselves have to be pretty pricey too, right?
I don't think they're not like red lines or anything, so I don't think so. Maybe like $10 I can get one.
Okay. And now is that like a?
Yeah,
is
you
that
gotta
like
watch out. Those red lines are super, super expensive.
Super expensive.
What is a red line?
Super duper.
It's just it's a Hot Wheel that has a black tire with a red line around the rim, so that you
Okay.
could tell that's what just tells you that they're older. They're the originals.
Interesting.
They
And they're
go for good money.
Pricey.
They're very pricey. Even beaters you can get good money for.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Well, that's right, 'cause
a
people-
whole shoebox of red lines somewhere back there, and I can't find it. I've been looking for it forever.
Because people part those out, right? I mean, they'll swap out
They can.
components, tires, and stuff
There's
like
guys. I watch a few YouTubers that they'll just strip the paint off and repaint them completely, replace all the parts.
that. Tiny sandblasting.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what they do. It's good times. Yeah, they got little tools. That's it.
Well,
What are we
What was it?
watching anything good? I'm telling everybody to watch Tulsa King. That is a great show.
Tulsa King with
Stallone, man,
with-
it's really
yeah.
good. I hate Stallone, but I love this show.
I'm I just finished White Lotus, the new season of White Lotus,
I gotta watch the new season.
and then I'm pretty hyped because I don't know if you guys watched Perry Mason, the first season of Perry Mason. I really like Perry Mason on HBO, and they have a season coming. I think it was way back in 21 when the first season was on, and the second season comes in 23. So that was a really good drama.
Yeah, I don't know why I decided to start watching Handmaid's Tale, which I never watched. So I'm in the middle of season 2. That one's pretty creepy. It's not bad though.
Griffin, Griffin and I are watching Willow. I'm
Willow's
yeah,
good.
I'm waiting for all of them to be out before I can't believe they're doing a week by week on Willow. It's driving me nuts. I want to watch it.
it's this is not giving anything away, but I like the fact that it's kind of tongue in cheeky like the movie was, where it's like fun and adventurous and
Yeah.
you know
I love it.
yes
You love the Gales.
What's the
Yeah.
Gales?
Well, you got to watch the show about that, but yeah, I think it's obviously it's modernized in the fact that they have way better CGI, they have way better makeup, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the characters still have like a kind of a little like Mad Mardigan kind of playfulness to some of the dialogue and stuff. So I think that's pretty cool that they're kind of keeping it true to the feel, the kind of tone of the
Yeah.
original.
I still haven't watched Ring of Power or House of Dragons. I still haven't watched them.
They're both
Yeah, I
good.
mean, House of Dragons was
Yeah.
pretty solid. I
And
can't watch Ring of Power, obviously.
Still haven't watched What We Do in the Shadows.
Dragons?
Either, Jimmy. I know. I'll get there.
You've never watched an episode of What We Do in the Shadows?
Well, I watched the original movie, but I have
Oh.
not watched a single episode. No, I've been
That's,
like,
that show's ridiculous.
I love the original. I just got to get to it. I'll get to it.
What was I watching? Oh, upon your recommendation, I watched Stargirl.
Stargirl's great.
The first season was, it's funny too. There was something else I was watching. Oh, did you watch Wednesday?
Not yet. No. My
I
son
watched Wednesday.
My son wants to watch it, so I have to sit down with him and watch it.
Yeah,
Wednesday
that's
was great.
That's kind of taking the world by storm right now. That's like, like all the teenage girls. There's a lot of like Taylor Swift crossover into the Wednesday crowd.
Weird.
My
We're gonna see
daughter
an
and
influx
my
on
friends.
golf girls. Just finished Cabinet of Curiosities. Nice.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the first episode. There's a few. I liked like maybe 4 episodes out of the whole series. A couple of them I really did not like though.
What's that, Jimmy? Timmy stuck in a well?
What's he doing?
I don't know. He was doing so good with the sign language. Why didn't you just stick with
I
that?
don't know. We had volume 2 at one point. Didn't like RoboCop's episode. Peter Weller, you mean? Yeah, I didn't like that episode either. My favorite one was the F. Murray Abraham episode. That one was awesome.
But yeah, other than that, I don't think I've watched anything. What I was going to say about Stargirl, there was certain points of it where I was like, all right, let's get past the teenage stuff. But I also realized
it did
that.
get CW. It definitely did go CW.
But overall, it was because as soon as that happened, it got dark, and I was like, all right, I'm into it.
Yeah, it's good. It's really
It's
good.
real good.
It's too bad it got canceled.
Thanks.
Just like everything else.
Guess it got a little too CW.
Well, I think DC they cut everything. Now that Flash is ending, they're pretty much done with all the DC TV. That was their opportunity to kill it completely.
So I'm assuming they hung up Flash, right? Did they shelve Flash at this point?
No, they moved it up a week.
With Ezra Miller, like
I think
intact?
that is gonna be the point where they can restart everything. They're gonna just do Flashpoint, and then they can do a new universe.
I think it's the perfect opportunity for them to
to
introduce
wipe it
Wally
clean.
West.
Yeah, it would be like if Marvel doing Secret Wars could do the very same thing. They can wipe the whole thing clean with one movie and start over. They can even bring all the original cast back with just their other universe versions.
They should have somebody yell remix though and blow a whistle after they're done.
That
Remix!
Yep.
That would be genius.
Pew, pew, pew. What did everybody think about the Guardians special?
I loved
We
it.
didn't
Oh, I loved
It was fun.
It was so
Yeah.
much fun. I didn't know that was James Gunn's band. The 76ers or whatever.
No, that's the old 90s. That's the old 97s.
The old 97s, whatever.
That's my new favorite Christmas song.
That's a great Christmas song.
It's the best.
It's great. I didn't know that was his band.
That's not James Gunn's band.
I thought that's what he said.
No, he's not in the old 97s.
No.
Like the old 97s are popular, very popular indie band. Now I don't know if he knows them because they're from Austin, Texas, but
Man, you
but
know
I
a
don't
lot
know.
about the old 97s.
I mean, I know a lot about music. So,
So take
that's,
that.
So take
that's
that.
Stuart Ransom Miller, and that was all of them in makeup. But
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Well, he even
I
knows,
wonder,
he even
though,
knows their names.
Jimmy
is
just
there,
ran away.
I wonder if
Like ran off camera. Like, ah!
I wonder if
It's the most animated I've seen him.
Yeah, seriously. Usually he's
Who,
falling
Jimmy?
asleep.
We should cut his friggin' his audio every time.
Was Bacon's brother in
I know Kevin Bacon was in it. The Bacon brothers are both in it?
I don't know. Like that's what I was wondering.
No,
'cause,
no. I think it's
they
just...
obviously have a band together.
Yeah, no, I
Damn
think it's
you,
just Kevin
Bacon.
Bacon. Yeah, what did you think of the big spoiler?
Big spoiler.
Well, the brother sister thing.
Oh. I mean, it definitely gave me Luke
Goosebumps?
Leia vibes. Little Luke Leia vibes, right?
Really?
Um,
Why?
Yeah,
Was there
in
a
terms
point
of,
where Chris Pratt tried to kiss Mantis?
no. The idea that it was like there was a big celebration, like in the Ewok village.
Yeah.
They're all kind of by themselves. You know, it's not some big pomp and circumstance. It's a smaller conversation.
So it'd been nice if like Drax just walked in. He's like, "What was that all about?" Nothing.
Drax came in singing Yub Nub.
Yes.
Yeah, freaking Drax loving that stupid elf or whatever, the little man.
I thought it was great. And I did finally watch Werewolf by Night, and I thought that was awesome. So good.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
About friggin' time.
I know. I did the Christmas special, Werewolf by Night, and I watched all of Andor in that weekend.
I still haven't
That
finished
was,
Andor.
Werewolf by Night. Just Man Thing looks so
Man
freaking
Thing looks,
bad.
and it was practical.
Yeah.
That's the craziest part. Because I saw who worked on it. One of those, not Weta, but their Instagram showed all the practical effects on it. It's so cool looking.
Well, it's ILM. It's ILM, right?
But ILM doesn't do practical, so it had to have been somebody else. ILM does digital.
Right. I don't know.
They sourced it out to somebody. I forgot who did it. It might
Yeah,
have
I
even been
really cool.
Ippolito's company.
Yeah, they Jimmy recommended the Director by Night. Jim, is that what his thumb? Can I get a thumbs up? Director by Night special, because the fella who directed Werewolf by Night, that's the first thing he's ever directed.
Really?
Visual medium he's ever directed. Yeah, he's a composer. He's a composer, and he has won, like, I think he's got like an Oscar and stuff like that.
No kidding. That's kind of cool.
He they go into his backstory, like with his parents and stuff. He made all these movies with his friends and neighborhood kids when he was growing up. And so, but when he went to film school, he got into the score side of things. So has scored some really famous pieces and whatnot. But super cool.
That is cool. That's very cool.
But yeah, they show the creatures, the creature workshop, and they're so cool. Griffin was a big fan of the creatures in that movie, and it was cool too. I liked Elsa Bloodstone's character.
Yeah, I liked
Clearly
her too.
They must have some plans for her, beyond this. The fact that she was, she was still kind of hanging around, at the end there.
All right. I'm going to turn into a pumpkin gentleman.
Yeah, I think we're wrapping stuff up.
I think we're good, yeah. So,
You know what I should do
Anyway.
is the three of us could jump out right now, and I could just leave Jimmy streaming
Right.
YouTube.
That'd be great.
we get all these comments. Hey man, I loved
I
when you
love
guys
Jimmy
had the-
streaming. I love Jimmy making shirts. That was awesome.
Yeah, you wake up to like 10,000 new followers.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, it's like they love the performance piece that is a guy making t-shirts in the background.
All right, we can wrap things up. Nice talking to
Well,
you guys
thanks.
again. It's been a couple
Yeah,
weeks.
thanks everybody for joining us today.
Thank you all.
It was
And,
lovely.
yeah, we'll see you again next Wednesday, same time,
Same bad channel.
same bad channel. Bye,
Peace,
Jimmy.
everybody.
Bye, Jimmy. Good night.
Bye, Jimmy.